into the Danny, February 19th, 2026. And we are here at Orlando International Airport. Today, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 countries that I want to visit in my lifetime. Now, when I mean country, I mean I want to visit the entire country. So like if I go to Spain, I want to visit Barcelona, Valencia, Madrid, San Sebastian. Kind of hit it with the French pronunciation there, but again, the whole country. Walking up, we parked on Terminal B. Airport is particularly busy right now. IBS just finished massive conference. It's a builders conference. Think of private equities there, investment banking, developers, real estate agents. You got your carpenters, your HVAC guys, you got electricians. It just goes on and on and on. 70,000 people a day. So the airport is very busy right now. Long escalator. All right, most of the flights looking on time. Toronto's delayed, Minneapolis is delayed. But overall, all green. Holy smokes, look at TSA. Holy smokes, look at this. This is mostly for the Builders Conference. And I know the Northeast right now is on spring break, but this is absolutely wild. Pack your patience, folks. People are looking at me probably like, look at this guy recording our misery. Sorry. We might as well just start the ranking now. It is nighttime. I am gonna get me some Starbucks. I'm gonna get a small, very small cup. Don't want to drink too much caffeine. But at the 10th spot, this may be a surprise to the people that know me, but I'm gonna put Cuba at the 10th spot right now. Obviously, it's not doing good politically. People don't have power for 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day. Food is scarce, but it still is where my grandparents are from. It is my blood. It's where my grandparents are from. It's where they were born and raised, and eventually migrated over to New York City, Staten Island. But one day, when I think the time is right, I do want to visit Cuba. And it's at the 10th spot. Some of the things I want to do in Cuba is see where my grandmothers, both on my father's side and my mom's side, where they were born, where they came from. You guys know how much I love history, and nothing is more important than your own history, right? So I want to see where they're from. I want to see where my grandfathers are from. Erasmo, Orestes. I want to see where they were born, where they come from. And then I want to do all the touristy stuff too, go to the cigar shops, see Havana, the capital, and hopefully the day that I do go, things are a lot better there. We're going to hope and pray for that. Busy, busy. America is on the move. Now, obviously, this list, I'm kind of just doing it. I didn't write anything down. I'm doing it from my heart, from the just top of my head. In 6 months, it can be different. I think the top 5 or 6 for sure won't be different. But yeah, I'm basically going to give you, like I did with Cuba, I'm going to give you where I want to go, the country that I want to visit, the entire country, and then also a few reasons and a few things that I want to see when I do see those countries. Had to settle for the Pike Place medium roast. Let's put some half and half in there. I'm not even gonna drink this whole thing because if not, I'll stay up past my bedtime, which is 8:30 p.m. No, I'm just kidding. All right, got the Starbucks. I'm thinking about the 9 spot. At the 9 spot, I'm gonna put a country that was recommended to me by one of my best clients, and his name is Jean Louis. Shout out to Jean Louis. And that is gonna be Kenya in Africa. I'm not sure if Mr. Louis told me Kenya or Rwanda, but I'm gonna go with Kenya. Obviously, gonna go on a few safaris, gotta do it. He also told me that the countryside is beautiful, the people are beautiful. He says that the food is amazing. And obviously Africa is a continent that, I do want to travel. And I'm looking forward very much to traveling. The primary national park that I do want to get out to the day I get to visit Kenya, and this is maybe a once in a lifetime, could be twice in a lifetime trip, but is Nairobi National Park. Would be unbelievable to be out there amongst all that wildlife, so at the 9th spot we have Kenya. So we have Cuba at 10, Kenya at 9. And again, these are in order. Eventually down the road, I'm gonna do a more formal list where I'm sitting down with like a pad and paper in front of me. But these are pretty much in order. And like I said, in 6 months, this could be different, but the top 5 are pretty solid. All right, we got a nice shot of the Hyatt Regency here. Love the Hyatt Regency. Beautiful hotel. And of course, we got TSA really backed up. But let's make our way to my usual spot in Terminal C, and we'll catch the link. All right, making our way over to the Terminal Link. Let's do it. At the 8th spot, I'm gonna put Argentina. Argentina is definitely, it's probably 3 main things I wanna see out there. Number 1 being Argentinian steak sitting right in front of me. Okay, where's Terminal Link at? Oh, must be on this side. Okay. Argentinian steak is world famous, and I look forward to eating it when I go there. What else? If somehow my budget and my time allows me, definitely, not if it allows me, because I'm gonna make it happen, I want to get out to Patagonia. I've heard Patagonia is unbelievable nature. It's beautiful. And it's something that I would like to spend a couple days doing. And lastly, I do want to see Buenos Aires, sort of one of those international capitals I'm curious to explore and see what it has to offer. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, we're back in Terminal C. Got some bacon art. You know how it is. Good old bacon art. And then, of course, we have the Brightline here. Take you back to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach. Or as I know it, the gates of hell. No, I'm kidding. That's a nice terminal though, right? Brightline. Okay, so we got, at the 10th spot, we got Cuba. The 9th spot, we got Kenya. At the 8th spot, we have Argentina. At the 7th spot, and again, this is how you can tell I'm just kind of doing this from the hip. At the 7th spot, I'm gonna put a country that I'm definitely gonna take some time for things to calm down, but I do want to eventually get out to China, and here's my reason why. Here in my spot, it is nighttime. Night flights are the best. They give you the most excitement. Ready to go. And just for the record, I will be doing my top 10 U.S. cities I want to visit. I also will be doing my top 10 national parks in the United States that I want to visit. But China is intriguing because, number one, from a culinary standpoint, a lot of origins of some of the foods that are very popular today started in China. China has a very rich, a very rich, deep history I want to explore. I don't know much about Chinese history, but it's something that I do want to get more educated on, more well read on. So, and again, some of the cities look amazing. From Hong Kong, Shanghai, Beijing. Obviously, you want to visit the Great Wall. Got to do that. So, what else? Yeah, and it's one of those sort of bucket list places that okay, fine, I'll say it. I want to eat dumplings in China. Okay, sorry, I said it. All right, that's it. It's off my chest. And yeah, so at the 7th spot we have China. So 10 spot Cuba. We got at the 9th spot Kenya. I'm trying to remember this list off the top of my head here. At the 8th spot, we got Argentina. At the 7th spot, we got China. And at the 6th spot, we are going to do... So now we're going to start getting into the ones that are going to get checked off within the next year or two. So at the 6th spot, I think I'm going to put England. England, from top to bottom, a lot of reasons I want to visit England. I've actually had the pleasure of speaking with a lot of people from England. And I want to visit, obviously, London, do the London Eye, London history. They got a great Jack the Ripper tour that Adam did that I want to do. What else? I want to get up to Sunderland, Newcastle, see all the rich history, all the rich English history that's up there. That's where all the medieval history is, supposedly, from the Dark Ages and so on. I want to see, they even got the Roman walls up there that the Romans built when they landed there. They got Viking history. What else? Yeah, and so on. So England, for sure, at the 6th spot, a place I got to get to. Before we move on, I actually want to get out to Nottingham. A lot of Robin Hood stuff out there. I want to get out to Oxford, see the old university. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I want to go to where they filmed Harry Potter, the studio where you can take the tour of where all of the Harry Potters were basically filmed. I know Melissa would want to see that for sure. So yeah, England at the 6th spot. Okay, at the 5th spot, I'm going to put France. I want to get out to Nice. I want to get out to Marseille. Obviously, if you guys don't know, the only city I've ever been to in Europe is Paris. I was there for 5 days, got to see the Louvre, got to see the Eiffel Tower, and yeah, I would love to go back and see all those things. The Louvre, I mean, I could spend 2 weeks going in there. So, and a fun fact about the Louvre, I believe if you stare at every painting for, I think it was 2 minutes, you could stay in there for 3 months. That's how big it is. And just one of those incredible international cities. Great food. I know Paris has some like rough sides, but every city has rough sides. So at the 5 spot, France. At the 4 spot, I'm going to cheat a little bit and I'm going to put Germany and Poland. They are right by each other. Obviously, I'm a big history fan, so obviously would love to see all the World War II stuff. I do eventually want to make my way out to see the concentration camps from Dachau, Auschwitz, Treblinka, and so on. That's going to be one of those highly emotional, highly just educational trips that I look forward to going on. I've heard Berlin is an incredible city. Uh, it's an incredible walking city. So again, the whole reason that I want to go out to Germany, the primary reason is for World War II history. But yeah, I want to get to know the culture and see a little bit more. So at the 4 spot, Germany. At the 3 spot, I'm gonna put Scotland. Uh, Edinburgh looks incredible from what I've seen on YouTube. It's a beautiful city. Uh, they got some Harry Potter history there too. And then obviously, those that know me know that I'm definitely going to make my way out to Stirling and to the William Wallace Memorial from Braveheart. 100% I'm going to be doing that. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So, got to do that. Even want to get out to Glasgow, got to get out to the Highlands. I don't think Game of Thrones was filmed in the Highlands. I think they were filmed more in Ireland and Spain, but I know they did something there. Or there's one show or movie that did something in the Highlands. So I'm looking forward to driving that. There's a highway. This is from the Scottish people have told me, called NC 500. That just goes around the whole coastline of Scotland. So I'm really interested in doing that. So at the 3 spot, Scotland. At the 2 spot, I'm gonna put Spain. Of course, this is the motherland. This is where my ancestors come from. So I want to see that. I want to see I want to see Christopher Columbus. I know he was Italian, but I want to see some of that history. I want to see some stuff on Picasso. I want to eat the foods there, and of course, looking forward to going to Barcelona, seeing that church, the Gothic church. So again, there's 100 reasons that I can list why I want to go to Spain. Want to learn more about Spanish history, and yeah, looking forward to that. So at the 2 spot, we're gonna put Spain. Before I give you my 1 spot, my number 1 destination, bucket list destination, Spain is another one like Cuba where I want to see if I can somehow track down where my ancestors are from. That would be really cool. I don't know if that's even possible, but yeah, I mean, Spain's one of those countries I'm looking forward to the food, not gonna lie. I mean, you're talking, Iberico ham, you're talking paella, you're talking churros, you're talking, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. You got, I don't even know what else, but, and I think the churros there, don't they dip them in chocolate? Gonna have some of that. Okay, my number 1 spot that I want to, or country that I want to visit, that's on my bucket list as number 1, is Italy. And I grew up, basically my best friends were Italians, their parents were from Italy. I have friends, my best friend's dad's brother's son was my friend and still is my friend. And so I grew up since I was probably 13 years old with a lot of Italian influence. My best friend's father, he taught me how to eat things like prosciutto, soppressata. He even taught me, I remember one time I was working at the pizzeria, and he goes, have you ever tried anchovies on pizza? And I go, no, I've always heard it doesn't taste good. He goes, well, try some. And he put the anchovies on the pizza, and now I love anchovies on pizza. So he's always, I've always sort of been ingrained in that. The movies too, obviously, The Godfather and all that stuff has had a huge influence. Roman history is probably my favorite, right next to World War II and an American Revolution. I mean, I could be here all day, right? Like the Vatican. Vatican is number 1, believe it or not, higher than the Colosseum. I'm dying to go in the Colosseum and just be like, Maximus, Maximus. But the Vatican is number 1. I want to go to the Colosseum. I'm sure they have amazing art pieces, not only in Rome, but in Florence. I want to get down to southern Italy to see where their family's from, in Città Nova and Reggio Calabria. uh, Sicily. I mean, Sardinia, which is the island that's the big island that's next to Italy, the mainland. I want to get out to Torino, Milan. I want to see all of it. I mean, Italian culture is something that, like Spain, that I really want to ingratiate myself in, and be able to travel. I want to visit the countryside. What else? And I mean, of course, you have all the famous artists like Da Vinci, and it just goes on. I mean, my personal favorite Italian artist that I've really loved his work is Caravaggio, which is uh, Caravaggio, if you just say it in proper English. But what else? Like Adam did, I want to make my way out to Pompeii to see what happened there. Naples to see. I believe Naples is where pizza was invented, so that would be cool to get some Napoleon style pizza, which I do love. I love that pizza. It's airy and soft. What else? From what my best friend's father used to teach me, he used to tell me that in cities like Rome and Florence that are, yeah, they're obviously very beautiful, but the food is more like it's fancier. Like they do it, like they have like a pink sauce and this and that. What he taught me was that the food in the south of Italy is more rustic. So you get your bolognese and all that stuff. So again, the food, the culture, the art, the history are all things that I want to explore one day in Italy. All right, I can't remember my top 10, but I'm gonna attempt to remember it. I might mess up. So at the 10th spot, we got Cuba. At the 9th spot, we got Kenya. At the 8th spot, we got China. It's Cuba, Kenya, Argentina at the 8th spot. 7 is China. 6 is, I don't know, I'll just write it down when I edit the video. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to get up now, get the heck out of here. Tell me down below, what are your top 3 locations that you got to visit before you kick the bucket? And tell me why, okay? Like, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.